project management is, in fact, there are some reports, especially that of the World Bank, that indicated that TCN capacity to deliver project was about $100 million per annum. So if a company has $100 million per annum capacity, it means that company, TCN, cannot expand the grid because the equipment that will lose in a year will be up to 100 million. So if we are just adding 100 million, it means there will be no capacity expansion. So we have to come in and see how we can assist. And we now have to come on what we call transmission rehabilitation and expansion program, which look at what are the key reasons why TCN was not doing well. And one of the key findings that we found at that time was that TCN management, especially for multilateral donor, they don't have oversight function over those projects. So when we launched the transmission rehabilitation and expansion program, this is our development objective actually, to rehabilitate, expand the grid, to stabilize and provide necessary flexibility, redundancy, and expand the wheeling capacity of TCN. So this project, transmission rehabilitation and expansion program seeks to put in N-1 capacity all over the country, to stabilize the grid and put N-1 capacity all over the country. Now, after we have done that, these are the projects that we have now that came as a result of the launching of this transmission rehabilitation and expansion program. The first program that you can see there is NETAP, Nigeria Electricity Transmission Access Project. Now, NETAP is $486 million and is coming from the World Bank. This project, we have already completed the preparation. We have already negotiated it with the World Bank, and about 50% of this project, the procurement has gone advanced because we extracted advanced procurement agreement with the World Bank and went for advanced procurement. So about 50% of them, the procurement is almost about finishing. So this is how it is. Now this NETAP is intervening only in brownfield projects, meaning only brownfield. They are not doing greenfield. And to be honest with you, in the history of World Bank in Nigeria, there is no single project, greenfield project that are financed in the power sector. That's the reality. And that was the reason why when we had to do the NOTCO, I insisted that we don't want World Bank because they have not financed brownfield, and it became a problem. But they eventually had to give me undertaking that now they are going to change before we agree for them to finance the 62 kilometers between Benin Kebbi and Sokoto. But this project is actually putting capacity all over the country. All over the country is putting, and it's reconducting some lines also. So when we put transformer capacity, if the lines cannot take it, we are reconducting the line. Now I can give a specific example of what this project is going to do. In Alagbon, this project is putting at 330, the project is putting 300 MVA in Alagbon. The capacity we have there is 300 MVA. It's doubling that capacity. At 132, this project is putting 2 by 100 MVA. Now, what we have there currently is 2 by 60, 5 by 60 MVA in that place. So it's putting about 80% of the capacity that is there. The same thing is taking place in Lekki, it's taking place in Akamba, it's taking place in Aja, and several other places. In Kanu, at Kumboso, this project is putting 1 by 100 MVA at 132, and it's putting 1 by 300 MVA at 330. It's doing the same thing, 1 by 100 MVA at Dan Agundi at Dakata. So this is how this project is. I can go on and on all over the country. This project is putting capacity. Now, the next project is what we call Abuja Ring project. This Abuja Ring project is $170 million project. $170 million. This project is putting what we call 5 substations in Abuja, and it's bringing a new supply route to Abuja from Lafia to Abuja. You know, currently Abuja is getting supply from Shiroro to Abuja and from Ajakuta to Abuja. That is 330. Now we are bringing another new supply route to Abuja through Lafia, and it's putting 5 additional substations, 132, 3 113, and 2 330 substations. The 132 substation that we are putting is 1 in Gorimpa, 1 in Lokogoma, and then 1 at Akuje. 330 will be in Apo, and in Westman, the place we call Lugbe. That is where the 330 is going to be. That's where the 330 is going to be. So this project will put capacity as transmission that in the next 20 years there will be no problem of transmission, especially line and substation in Abuja. The next one is what we call Northern Corridor project. This Northern Corridor is a project that is targeting transmission and transformation constraint in the north. This project will do three critical lines. One of them is that it's going to do 330 double circuit from Kayanji to Birni Kebbi and from Birni Kebbi to Sokoto. And from also, this project will also build a 330 kV double circuit from Katsina to Daura, Daura to Guiwa, Guiwa to Jogana, and Jogana to Kura. Now, the line that went to Sokoto has two objectives. One objective is to strengthen our capacity to build in the North Core, that is the transmission line that we want to build from Nigeria that is connecting four countries, Nigeria, Niger, Benin, and Burkina Faso. So this line is the backbone that will move this. And also, the project will also put a supply 330 kV substation in Sokoto, and also will serve as the possible loop, or northern loop. Because going forward, we intend to close the loop from Sokoto to Katsina, so that we can actually supply Kano through Sokoto instead of through Kaduna. Then the next one is the transmission expansion project. This project is supported by Islamic Development Bank, and it will build three critical lines. One is the line from Delta to Benin. Delta is expanding very rapidly, so going forward, TCN have to put a capacity that will evacuate it, because Delta is expanding up to 2,000 megawatts. So we need to build a superhighway. What this project is doing actually is putting what we call cord line. The next line that this project will build is also a cord line from Alauji to Onitsha. There's a contract that was awarded under NIPP, which was given to Roxon, to build a double circuit to Onitsha from Alauji. That contract, we have checked and discovered that that project cannot be realized. And that is why TCN is building the line, because if we don't build it, we will have problems, because there are a lot of generation around Alauji and Afan, which need to be evacuated, and is not being evacuated properly now. So we need to build that line. Then the next project is what we call Ogun-Lagos Transmission Project. You know, between Lagos and Ogun, you have the most industrialized part of Nigeria. And there are a lot of need to expand transmission capacity around that side. Now, the next project that we have is Northeast Transmission Transmission Project. This is now this Ogun-Lagos is financed by JICA. Now, this Northeast Transmission Project is the project that is going to be financed by the African Development Bank. Incidentally, this is where I come from, and this is the place that have the least power interface in Nigeria. Now, this Northeast Transmission Project is to support the Northeast at 132 kV line. We have discussed with Chief of Army Staff how we are going to do this project, and we have done some sensitization. We believe that it's realizable. So this project will put 132 kV line and substation in places like from Maiduguri to Gamboru, Manguno to Marte to Dikwa to Bama. Then we have also another line from Maiduguri to Bama to Goza, and Goza to Gulak. We are actually building a line from Yola to Gulak. Then this will also build a line 132 and a substation line and substation from Damboa to Chibok to Uba, and then it will connect to the line that move from Yola to Gulak at Mubi. Then at the same time, this line will build a line from Biu to Buniadi and Buniadi to Damaturu. And it will also do a line from Mayabelwa to Jada and Jada to Ganye, which is the only radial line that we have.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube for more information on the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN.